Hi everyone, Clayton here at etrailer.com. Here at etrailer.com, we install, test, and review a lot of different products to help you as a customer make a more educated decision before your purchase. Today we have a 2014 Honda CR-V we're going to be taking a look at, and I'll show you how to install the Class 3 EcoHitch Trailer Hitch Receiver. There are a few reasons you might want to add a hitch to your CR-V. The first one is going to be for a bike rack. We don't have to try to load them on the roof or take them apart and cram them in the back seat. It's really nice just to have them on the back of our vehicle. They're out of sight and out of mind. Another reason is going to be for a cargo carrier. We can get all that extra cargo out of our CR-V and make more room for our passengers and just add it to the back of our vehicle. Or maybe you're wanting to tow a small trailer. And in our customer's case, they're going to be using it for a cargo carrier. This is what our hitch receiver is going to look like installed. A lot of the CR-Vs, the cross tube is going to be completely visible across the back. In this case, it's not. It really sits nice and tight up to our bumper, and in my opinion, it looks pretty factory. Our EcoHitch is going to be constructed out of recycled steel. It has a nice black powder coat finish to help resist rust and corrosion over time. One nice feature is this reinforced steel collar. This just adds to the appearance and adds a little bit of stability. Our hitch does have a standard 5/8 inch hitch pin hole. You can see our pin fits through there nicely. A pin and clip is not included with this kit, but you can find one here at etrailer.com. Another nice feature is that it's going to have a plate-style safety chain loop. Personally, this is my favorite kind. It looks really nice. A lot of the rolled ones do look nice as well. But another nice feature of having a plate is it accommodates all different sizes of safety chains. As you can see, our big clevis hook fits on there just fine. Now we'll go ahead and get some measurements for you. Our measurement from the ground to the uppermost part of our receiver tube is right about 14 inches. You just want to keep this in mind for a rise or lowered ball mount or anything that might hit the ground. Another important measurement is going to be from our hitch pin hole to the outermost part of our fascia, and we're looking right at about 3 inches. Now you just want to keep this in mind for anything that might make contact with our bumper, especially folding accessories. And I do suggest checking with your owner's manual and making sure that your vehicle is rated to those numbers. If it's not, go with the lowest number between the two. And in terms of installation, it's really not too bad. We do have to take the fascia off, but I do think that the appearance of the hitch after the fact is well worth it. So we've gone over the features, just touched on installation a little bit. I'll go ahead and show you how to get it installed on your CR-V. To start our installation, we want to get our vehicle in the air. Whether you have a lift or jack stands, both will suffice. And we're going to move to our wheel wells. On the driver's side, there's going to be 2 Phillips head screws located here and here, and 1 push pin on the bottom. On the passenger side, it's going to be the same, but there is going to be 1 more screw on the back corner. Just going to use a small ratchet with a Phillips head to take this out. Now we're going to have a push pin located right here. You can grab our trim panel tool, pry it down on the center. Now we can set our mud flap off to the side. We can now repeat that same process over on the passenger side. We can now remove this Phillips head screw at the top of our wheel well. We have 1 more that we need to remove located right here. With both of our screws removed, we can now repeat that same process on the other side. We now need to go ahead and remove this trim right here. If we pull down on this corner carefully, so we're going to pull down and out, and we'll release this push pin, and then we'll carefully work our way up that trim piece, like so. You want to be very careful because we don't want to break these clips, so you want to pull evenly from top and bottom. Once you get down to the bottom, you kind of need to lift up and out to pull it out of that channel. Just like that, and we can set it off to the side. With our trim piece removed, we're going to have a Phillips head screw and a push pin fastener. We'll start by taking out the Phillips head screw. Then for a push pin fastener, I'm going to grab a small flat blade screwdriver, kind of go underneath this tab, and then turn our flat blade just to get that edge to lift. Then we can grab that same trim panel tool, go right under that lip we just popped out, kind of pry out, work our way around just like that, come back underneath and pull our fastener out. We'll repeat that same process on the other side. Now we want to open our cargo area we're going to have a 5mm Allen head bolt right here. Now we're going to have a little cover right here. We'll take a small flat blade screwdriver and just pry out on it. Set this off to the side. Behind that cover we have a 10mm bolt that we need to remove. We are going to have 3 push pin fasteners located along the bottom. We'll go ahead and get those taken out now. Before we remove our fascia, we want to add blue painter's tape to any body line that might scratch, so we'll put one along here and then one on both sides along here. Now we're going to grab an extra set of hands to help hold our fascia once we get it off. We're going to pull out on our corners. We're going to do this pretty carefully. We're going to pull out and work our way towards the middle. With our pins removed, we can slide our fascia off. If you do have any wiring, you want to make sure to disconnect that now. Now we need to move underneath our car. We're going to have 3 10mm bolts that we need to remove. There's one here, and one here. We're going to have another push pin to remove right here. We're going to take our flat blade screwdriver, pry down on that tab. We can take our trim panel tool, pry down, and remove our push pin. Before we take down our underbody panel, there's going to be one more Phillips head screw located right here. Suggest holding it with one hand and removing the screw with the other. We can take the rest of that screw out by hand, then carefully lower down our underbody panel. We now need to lower down our exhaust. Our model's all-wheel drive, so it has a sway bar here. If your CRV does not have a rear sway bar, you will need to support your exhaust with a cam buckle strap. Before we remove our isolators, I'm going to spray it down with some lubricant just to help those slide off. Now grab a pry bar. We're just going to pry against our isolator using our muffler. Before we can raise our hitch and add our hardware, we need to clean out our threads. We grab some penetrating oil and a wire brush and just run this through there and clean it out. You can also run your hardware in after just to get those threads nice and sharp. Now I want to grab an extra set of hands to help us lift up our hitch. We'll grab our hardware, add a split lock washer, and our flat washer. So we'll lift our hitch into place. You'll have to go up and over the exhaust first, then kind of wedge it in above our body mounts like that. Then we'll line up our holes and get one bolt started on each side so the hitch can support itself. Now we can come back with a 17mm socket and tighten down all of our hardware. We'll repeat that for all of our hardware. We're now ready to come back and torque everything down. All of our torque specs are going to be listed in our instructions. Now ready to reinstall our exhaust. You want to make sure that this hanger folds down next to your hitch. We'll slide that hanger on and then reinstall that one as well. We're now ready to trim out our underbody panel. I just held the underbody panel up next to the hitch and kind of traced around it. To start, I'm going to cut straight down from here on each side, and then if I need to come back and trim out this little knockout, I will. I'm just going to use some tin snips. But you can also use a cutoff wheel or a sharp utility knife. With our hole trimmed out, I'm just going to kind of get it close to where it would go, see how it fits. We'll slide it up like that. Our underbody panel fits pretty nicely on the driver's side, but on the passenger side there is this little notch right here. So I'm just going to grab those tin snips and cut that out a little bit. With everything trimmed out, we're now good to reinstall our underbody panel and our fascia in the reverse order we took them apart. With all of our fascia components reinstalled, we're ready to add our favorite accessory and hit the road. That's going to do it for our look at and installation of the Class 3 EcoHitch on our 2014 Honda CR-V.